So, one thing about like enlightenment, and it took me a long time to actually get to this point. In fact, recently I've gotten to a new level of enlightenment. It's like, whoa, kind of thing. You know, the thing is with, like enlightenment, stuff like that, people think it's about defeating the ego, and I think the ego, when you wake up, you realize that the things you thought before were so dumb, were so retarded, were so completely, not even close to good for you. It's just not logical, for one thing, right? So, like, for me, I was able to defeat sun or ego with moon, and moon is more dominant in my chart. But then moon comes with delusion too, but it's like using mind and logic to then sort of overcome, the egoic sun. So what you have to do is you have to get behind the planet. So you have to get behind, because even reflection is still, in a way, like residually egoic. Like, the way you reflect upon something is just the material. You're working with the material of your ego still. Perhaps the moon projects its own energy as well. Apparently, I heard that objects under moonlight actually get colder. So as if it, as if it has its own light, or I think it's very rich to understand it as a reflection of the sun's light. But I think it perhaps it does process that or something. But the moon does have a very particular energy beyond simply being a reflection. Still, so there's a little bit of a puzzle there, but you have to get behind all the planets, I think, and sort of wake up and realize, oh, this isn't me. This is just my materialness. And it's the planets. This is something that a lot of people miss. It's the planets. Probably the archons. The planets are the archons, depending on which form of Gnosticism. But probably they're supposed to be understood as the archons to some extent. And I'm not saying the planets are evil or anything. I think though that it takes intelligence and will and everything else to look in the mirror, to understand these parts of your consciousness, but it's not you. There's a you behind all that, but these are all on top. And then, developing the ability to use these tools rather than just basically channeling the planets. And you can't go, it's not good to not channel the planets or try and block yourself away from the planets to be renounced. I'm actually quite against that transcendentalist type philosophy. Not against exactly, but I just don't find it useful. I think the true use is being selective about how you channel these energies. But yeah, recently I've woken up to the point where I've woken up an awareness that just, is empty. It's an empty awareness. And I got something like that before, but this is really very potent in that way. So, yeah.